Hi guys, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 113. So here's where we left off on Wednesday. We have our base card. We have our 3 3/4 by 5 DSP or cardstock. We have our 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 dark cardstock, and we have a scrap for a tag. All right, so first things first, I'm going to do something on this. I can't decide if I want to use one of a kind or frozen edges. I think I might use frozen edges because I love this big stamp. Here, let me move these. These are masks I made. If you don't remember that, you can go back to the video. I'll see if I can find it and link it here. But that was the mask I made to make snowflake backgrounds. So let me go ahead. Now this is a clear mount stamp. So the difference between it, sorry, I'm right by the microphone. The difference between it and photopolymer is you can't see through it, but it already has like that foam position in there, so you can kind of, you don't need a mat underneath it, and with glass mat especially, you don't need it, but it gives you a little more for the different varying strengths of the stamp here. I can't think of the word. You know, it's condensed. It's more active here. There's more going on here. So with the foam mount, even these little specks will show up because they're not as big of a surface as the other stamping area. All right, I am going to go ahead and I think I'm going to grab out my Coastal Cabana stamp pad. I thought about doing the white, the craft, but I think I'll do this just because it matches the cardstock. So let me go ahead, get that inked up, and I'm going to go off of the card because I always like it going off a little bit. Let's go here, overlapping just a little bit but not quite. You see that? I want to get a good concentration of the snowflakes on this background piece. And the reason why I'm doing it, you could use the Versamark too. The reason I'm doing tone on tone is just because it's going to be that light little background that I need. Let's see. All right, there. I think that's pretty well done. So we have a little bit of a background there, nothing too. You know what, and maybe I will leave this open because let's look at, let's go ahead. I like the saying from here, but I'm thinking maybe I'll use one of the smaller sayings from here. Thank you for your kindness. I think I'm going to do that one. This is a photopolymer stamp set, so you're going to need, let me see, I think it's too long. Oh no, it fits just perfectly on this. I don't know if this block size is still available. They discontinued a few, so I'm not sure if that's one of them or not. I'm going to use this. This is from the Stylish Shape, so it has that stitching around it. See how I have the little bit of the corner there? So I'm going to flip it this way because I'm going to flip it this way because I think I'm going to cut off part of that. I'm going to try it. Have to make sure that I'm right side up. And I'm going to go flush left on this. All right, now you can see that the S's are a little, I mean, they show up good here. To my sight, they look a little lighter, but it doesn't show up that way there. It's because I had the S on the very edge of that, so I probably should have put it on a bigger block. But let me go ahead and put that down here, put that block away. Then I'm going to take my snips. I'm going to try to, you know what, I'm going to do it this way. That way I know it's somewhat straight. I'm going to figure out how I want this to go on here. And then I'll just go up here like that. Oops, I moved it. All right. All right, so now we're going to go ahead. I can close that up. Going to go ahead and grab my glue. Let me get one of these that's a little more full. And the reason I'm doing this with glue, not only because my refills haven't come in for my seal, but this way I can move this around a little bit, because there's going to be a very slight edge here. It's going to be very, very slight. So I want to be able to move that around if need be. I think that looks good. Let me go ahead, make sure I have that opened the right way. Let me get that open again. Oops, let me get a little bit down that side too. I usually don't go too close to the edge so it doesn't smush out, but since I'm going on white here, it's not going to be that big of a deal, I don't think. All right, got a nice little border all the way around there. I'm kind of liking this versus the quarter edge. It just seems more like it's a not produced card, but it just seems like it's more of a frame, that you see more of this background piece. And then on this, I'm going to pop this up. So let me get out my dimensionals. Oh, that's a brand new one. I have to have, here's one that's been used. Flip that upside down. All the way over there. I'm going to go maybe just a little bit down, trying to get that lined up with that edge there. Put that back in. Move this out of the way. And then I think we're ready for some little bling. So for me, this screams for just your basic rhinestones. They have been around forever. They're still the best deal out there. I just bought 2 more sleeves of them, and I want to say that they're still only $6. So that, for how many do you get? Is it 150? 140. So for 140 blings, I'll call them blings, for $6, that's a heck of a good deal. So I'm just going to, I usually do it in 3s, as you know, but I'm just going to kind of go along and put them wherever I feel I need a little bit of sparkle in the center of those. Let's see, let me do a bigger one. That one. I feel like I need a little one over there. I don't know, I'll put one right there. You get to the point where you're just kind of, you got to know when to stop. And I usually don't know when to stop, but I'm going to force myself to stop here. That is an odd amount of gemstones, which I usually like doing. Gemstones. Embellishments. They're not gemstones. So there you are. Just a quick and easy card, but using those measurements. So let me go ahead and show you the other two cards I made. Let's put them over here. All right, so here's the first one. Here's where I use DSP. And the reason why I put that so close to there is I had a little bit of a shadow. Normally I wouldn't put it there, but like I said, there's a little bit of shadow. Let me show you. And the reason, is it going to focus in? No, I got too close. And the reason why there was a shadow was that this was part, what I did was I masked off the rest of that word and just used the thank you part. But apparently I left a little bit of a, I didn't clean it the best way. So then I put one of those there to kind of track. And I also had to go over the U with my marker. So there's that one. And then this is using the Snowflake Sky embossing folder. So I went ahead and embossed it, went lightly over with my blending brush to give out just a little bit of color to that embossing at the top part. You can see I didn't go over it here. Just I went up to this point. Down here there is no blending brush to bring that out. Put a few more of those rhinestones in and called it a day. But I love the texture of that folder. It's just so nice. All right, guys. There you have it. That's week 113 in the books. If you want to, go over to our Facebook. Oh, I knocked off my, here, let me put that there. Go ahead and go on over to our Facebook page and upload your version of this setup, these components. And if you want to, send me your address to that Comcast address, and I can send you one of the cards from our Finish It Friday classes. All right. Thanks, guys. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. And most of all, have a great day. All right, guys. Bye.